Hey, hey, it's Friday. I know you feel blessed. I hope you feel refreshed. I'm back. I got another one. And today we are here for part two. Unique and I. Hey, everybody.
Hey, what's up, y'all?
I appreciate y'all joining me and Unique again today. Um, the first part one, if you missed part one, I encourage you to go back and watch it because it was phenomenal. And there was so much information in there. And there was also a bit of my testimony, but I only gave you half of the testimony in part one. So after we kind of talk about some things here and I see who's in the building already, then I'll give you my testimony. So stick around until the end for part two because it's a good one. Um, who we got? Hey, Anne Marie and Mr. Terry. I'm sorry I am a little bit late. I had to get the baby all situated. Y'all know how that goes.
Hey, Dominique. Hey, Amory. Hey, y'all. Tamika,
um,
Associate
Shanita,
Reserve Deacon Mr. Terry Jones.
I appreciate you. Hey, Callie King, I appreciate each and every one of you for joining us, even with our tardiness. um, but this video, I'm hoping, can be really informative for somebody who might be a new content creator or even one who might be further along. So I'm not gonna really dive in too deep too quick. I'm gonna wait a couple minutes and wait for some people to come in. How has your night been going, Unique?
It has been going very well. Thank you for asking, sis. It's been a very productive day, Friday, but however, I have been just chilling with the kiddos, actually.
We
What about
actually
you? How you doing? What's going on with Tam Tam?
doing pretty good. It's actually been busy for me as well. The girls were out. I guess it's President's Day or something, so they don't go back till Tuesday. So they were full of energy. But it was fun to get some things done and spend some time with them as well. Hey,
Same here.
hey, Tay Eats, thanks for coming in. Hey, MLW Fishing Man. Hello,
Hey,
Latanya and
hey,
Valerie. Hey,
y'all.
hey. I appreciate you for joining us. Um, yeah, y'all, this is a hot topic. A lot of us might be in a YouTube community or we might have heard of YouTube communities. And the community that we come from, Miss T with the T, shout out to her for having a phenomenal platform for all of us to get together and to meet each other and to grow. Um,
Yes, yes,
this,
yes.
yep. But this is, just I guess kind of our opinions on, some of the other aspects of the community that some of us don't think about until we're further along, until we're monetized. So that's where my testimony is going to come in later, talking about my life after monetization, which I'm guessing is where we all are venturing to. So first of all, I want to kick it off by talking about our motives and our intentions, um, because being a content creator is more than just picking up the camera and recording a video and putting it out and doing all that stuff that we do. It's more like really having to think about what to do next and really having a plan and really having to show up a certain way and uh, be courteous to your subscribers and all those things. But I don't, me personally, let me talk about me because when I first started, I didn't really think that way. And I just want to say that my motives, my motives and my intentions were not really in the right place. Um, Ultimately, a lot of us might be here with different motives or intentions. Some of us to get away from everyday life. Some of us might need validation. Some of us might be getting more attention here than we are in real life. Um, some of us are clout chasing. We don't even know it. Things like that. But ultimately, um, majority of us are here for the same reason, right? The money. That's what I'm thinking. Um,
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I was gonna ask you, did you want to elaborate on that any?
Well, I mean, well, just like you were saying, we're all here to thrive in some type of way, and like you said, the intentions of it all um definitely is the money for many of us. I'm not speaking for everybody. I'm not putting all eggs in a basket here, but I wanted to say a quick little analogy that I have here when it comes to money being the root to all evil. And the reason why of that even the more is that the money part is just the root, you know what I'm saying? And so everything else stems from that. That's where jealousy come in, greed, all of this manipulation, we scheming, we jiving, we doing all these extra stuff. So at the end of the day, like we may not categorize, ourselves in the oh, I ain't here for the money kind of thing, but well, our actions can tell that otherwise. And because of that doesn't make it a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to make this like one of those conversations like like we trying to come down on someone who allowed this type of emotion to come over, but it's because it's an innocent thing, right? Like and
Yeah,
we all have that motive, that drive. We trying to get somewhere in life. We all trying to be successful. You know what I'm saying? And some of us will go to that extent, to reach that goal. And we will don't really kind of have a care about the next person and like, but that's what money does. And that is the reason why money is the root of all evil. You know what I'm saying? Is that root and core of where most of our evil deeds come from because we want that type of success. So when it comes to like intentions and stuff, especially with YouTube, I feel like, if they wait around and hear your story at the end, I really feel like it's going to be an eye opener, especially for those who haven't been monetized or still waiting on that moment or whatever the case may be. Yeah, I don't want to tell too much because I feel like I don't want to tap into your story or whatever like that, but it's just more like just having something to get some gas from, like we need to run off of something. When something burns out, we need a plan B, C, D, you know what I'm saying, in such a way where the first thing we're driving on, when that deteriorates, when that no longer is something to ride on, what we got left. So it's like that's as much as I think I wanted to feed into it, because it took a lot for me. I didn't even express it a lot, but people saw. I used to talk about, my growth, and I would say I made it here, I made it here. And I think I stopped at about 500 subscribers, I think it was, when I did my major shout out thing or whatever. And it was like something was starting to come over me. Like I was just antsy about things. We talked about this in part one, so y'all go check that out. But those things that I struggled with in that era, it felt like for me that I needed to change my motive. Like God was really dealing with me in such a way where my intentions began to shift, because I was literally stressing myself out. And thank God I didn't go to the extent where I was trying to hurt somebody or do something to humiliate myself or something like that. But however, I still felt that emotion on the inside. So I just wanted to say that, I had to truly change my intentions. And that's the reason why I wanted to, kind of speak on this just a little bit.
I agree. I agree. I definitely had to change my motives as well. Um, I had to realize that, at the beginning when you were talking about those not those lower numbers, the 500 things, the 600 things like that. Um, at some point, I feel like I was just kind of at this point. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you some of my testimony. I'm gonna tell you my testimony
Cool.
now. Let me let y'all know what I'm doing here. Um, but at this point, I started to really realize that my intentions and my motives weren't in the right place, because at this point I was just supporting people so that they can support me. And I got a lot of support in return and things like that, but it was just more so like at the end, at the stretch, when I was like, um oh no, please help me, run my playlist so I can get monetized, things like that. So that's where majority of that came from. But then I still had my few people who would still show up to my lives and my videos, and come check on me and things like that. So, long story short, hey Frank, thanks for coming in. Long story short, I got monetized right on November 30th. So I didn't even realize that once you get monetized, you got to meet a threshold of $100. And I'm watching other people around me who have the community that we started with, who are still showing up for them, and they're still, um, hanging out with them, and really helping them hit those numbers or whatever, so that they can hit their threshold. I'm assuming, or whatever, and I'm not saying that like, oh man, they don't deal with me no more, but I'm saying that it can kind of bother somebody's mind, because at the beginning we were tight. I was supporting you, you were supporting me, and then I kind of started growing bonds and stuff like that. And then um when it came down to really after monetization, which is where I am at right now, I'm back. I'm back to right now. I'm back to watching the numbers again. I'm back to. I feel like I'm still working hard, like I've always been working hard. But I feel like I'm working harder, which we're supposed to. You're supposed to work harder when you get monetized. But um,
Right.
my point is that the community that I once started with is is no longer there like it was. So um, at this point, once I hit the first month, I monetized on um I monetized on November 30th. So then once that next month comes and I should have hit my threshold, I didn't. Okay, well then the next month came and I still didn't hit my threshold. Okay, well now we're in the third month right now and I still haven't hit my threshold.
All behind me too.
So I'm just saying all that to say that, my intentions and my motives didn't start off the right way. And then once I got monetized, I feel like they got even worse, because, at this point, I feel like all those that, were there, and whatever else, I feel like at some point things started to change, which is okay. But at the same time, it's like, is it because of, me protecting my peace, or I don't know. But anyway, um, at this point, I just feel like I'm starting all over again. I feel like I'm trying to find my audience all over again. Although I'm not saying that, I'm ungrateful for those of you that I do have, because a lot of you are still here, but it's still a struggle, especially getting to month two or month three now, and not having income or whatever. And most of you, again, we said that most of our intention is here. We're here for the money, right? So, anyway, um,
You on the right track. I like what you were saying, about, you went back to looking at the numbers and, it's working hard, and like you said, this is a job to some. And I just want to, I want to throw out two tips that I had to learn. Okay. And I learned this around the 500 mark for me, y'all. And I'm just going to be completely honest. I can't give you a tip that I just thought of or made up. This is coming from pure experience. And I believe that it can impact your life the way that you apply it to your life, if that makes sense. So the first tip that I want to give when it comes to YouTube, and just like Tam was saying, like, it turned into word, like you have to now think outside this box. I want to go ahead and suggest to many, especially if you're a smaller YouTuber and you're just trying to get to that 1,000, go ahead and think outside that box now. Don't wait, you know what I'm saying, to get monetized and get to that placement. And then you want to now restructure, and I'm not saying that Tamm Fam didn't do that. This is what we're learning from, you know what I'm saying? And I just thank God that me and her, are connected in such a way that we kind of bounce off each other, y'all. So, I don't want nobody to have no pity here, but I just want y'all to know, like, this is truly coming from a place of experience. So it's like, if you begin to think outside the box now, when you get to there, you're already going to be in that formation. You know what I'm saying? To go ready to know. So take this as a blessing that Tamm Fam is willing to share her experience. Whether it sounds like like, oh dang, like, dang, it happened like that for you. Oh, you just gonna have to keep doing this, or you gonna be okay. Like, we know this. Look, we got God on our side. You know what I'm saying? So things are going to work out, but we are still human too. And you got to know that you're having a human experience when these emotions start to blow up, and you're not going to be able to know what to do with them when they do rise up on the inside of you. You know what I'm saying? And so read over the wordings, look over those letters or whatever, they send you when you get monetized. Read over that fine print. Know what you're going to be up against. Start reading now. Do your research now. That is my first tip to anybody, that is starting off on YouTube or already there. Go ahead and start thinking out the box. Now, this second one can apply to anybody, no matter where you are on your, journey on your channel, but speak beyond your audience. One of my biggest things that God keep telling me, he said, you are reaching millions. Okay. And I've not let these two tips leave me. And I do slip up. Let's be real. I find myself, just like Tamm Fam said, looking at numbers again, or, I'm almost there, or this or that, man. It just happens, you know what I'm saying? Because you just want to get over these anxieties, or I don't know, it's just in our flesh. I know that much. So I just want to say, that is one thing that worked for me, is that I had to also speak beyond the audience, because when you get into the communities, you're going to find yourself just circulating, the people that are right there with us, and thank God for that support, right? Like we said, we shouting out to Miss T with the T, because, girl put us on, you know what I'm saying? She got us to meet each other. Many of us got bonds like no other, you know what I'm saying? And it actually was Katrina Barber, how I met Always Tamm Fam. So one way or another, like, YouTube is a very good social networking platform. And that is exactly what it should be used for, a networking platform, because you are going to meet people. Some you're going to grow relationships with, and some people you're not. But if you're always reaching beyond your audience, you will always continue to grow. You feel me? So, I mean, I just want to throw those tips out. No, those are facts. They're not in the Bible. They're not in no book. Y'all, those are just experiences that I'm sharing that truly gave me some peace. So, and I just hope it helps somebody else.
Y'all want to get this bounty?
All right. Yep. Thank you for that. I really appreciate that. Because those tips were straight up. I mean, they were very important. Um, so as Unique said, this video is primarily, for people who haven't reached monetization yet. And I kind of only got halfway through my testimony, um, you know, because uh yeah, I only got through half of my testimony. But I just was saying that to say it did sound like a pity party to start with, but it's definitely not a pity party. It's more of an awareness. It's more of
It's a
um,
blessing.
it's a blessing. Yeah, I was gonna say, because if I go ahead and finish my testimony and let y'all know that, at the end of the day, God gets the glory out of it. He gets the glory
Mhm.
because, um, I was gonna quit several times, of course. But I had to really seek God, and I had to stop worrying. I had to put God first. I had to do what He wanted me to do, and that's how I came up with encouraging talks. But besides that, At this point, I'm not stopping, and I feel like there's several types of people in the world. There's people who are like, oh girl, this ain't that deep, this ain't that serious, and this like that. But then there's also people like, oh man, this is really taking a lot out of me. This is hurting my mental. People who might actually do things to themselves or actually
Big
start
fact.
to treat their families a different type of way. So, I understand, all opinions are welcome. But at the same time, I
Hmm.
would encourage you, not to brush it off like it's no big deal, especially if YouTube might be doing good for you. YouTube might be where it's at for you, but and I'm definitely an advocate of slow and steady wins the race. So I'm definitely not trying to rush, but
Yeah.
you could just think about all the hard work that you put in, and people are like, you should be this and you should be that, and they're assuming that you're this and they're assuming that you're that, but really you got things that you're dealing with. So
Let's
I'm
be real.
I'm not
Yeah.
I'm not here to fake it. I'm here to tell the truth. So at the end of the
Yes.
day, um, God got the glory. He got the glory out of that because I just want to encourage somebody else to don't quit. Um, there's a lot of things
Absolutely.
that's gonna come up against you. There's a lot of people that's gonna come up against you. People always make it seem like that your issue is not that big of a deal. But I encourage you to just not stop. Just continue to keep pushing, continue to keep being you, and not being afraid. Don't be timid. Don't be timid no more. And really just let God use you. You got anything to
Exactly.
elaborate on that, Unique?
Man, sis, you said a mouthful right there. Man, shoot. All I can say is I am, again, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you sharing your testimony. I'm proud of you because just like you said, it's somebody out there. We have heard so much great feedback, and the feedback is real because they're talking about themselves. You understand what I'm saying? Like, let's be real. Everybody ain't you. Everybody ain't me. Everybody ain't a you or you or you. We have real people, real lives out here, whether you or anybody else want to know that. And somebody is being helped. It's not for everybody, like this conversation is not for everybody. And I just really want it to be a positive conversation where somebody is getting help and getting guided because we don't know what they could be up against. Some people's livelihoods are on here. Some people, are truly are pushing themselves to the max to maximize, their talents and in so many different ways right here among us. And I'm just really applauding all of those who are striving right now. And just like you, Tam, who bringing awareness, man, this is somebody's going to get help. Somebody's going to feel this great energy of saying, okay, I can be a part of these communities, but I got to keep my mind focused. That is like really the gist of what anybody can take away from this. So I'm just hoping that we have, that compassion for the next person because I understand, this may not be for everybody, and it's cool. And I just hope that, everybody just see the blessing out of this. We are all people who survived, and got through those hardships. We got it out of the mud, whatever you will. And so, hey, be proud of yourself and keep going, and don't let nothing distract you. If you strong enough to do it, stay with it. If you know what I'm saying, you got rocking and rolling, hey, do what you do, but this is really for those who may just need that extra encouragement, to keep on going.
Yes, yes. I'm just looking at the comments over here. Uh, it's always challenging to come up here and go live. I still get nervous every single time, and it's even more nerve wracking when you start to be transparent and really trying to let people in, to your life and things like that. But I appreciate y'all listening, and um, I'm about to take a family and spiritual break. That's awesome, Tracy. That is awesome. I know it's needed, right? Um, each person have to know what they need, right? Absolutely. I like doing videos over lives. Lives can be hacked and flagged. Takes a lot to get paid. Mm. Right, Frank G. I thought high sub numbers was all that is required. Just love what you're doing and let God do the rest. Amen. Anybody else? Yep. So, this one pretty much that was pretty much the end of this one. It wasn't going to be that long because part one was awesome. So hopefully you can catch the replay of that. And unless anybody has any questions or if you got anything to add, unique, we're gonna get up out of here until the next time.
Okay. Well, I don't think I have anything to say. I just really hope that, this helps somebody and brings awareness to, anybody who wants to even think about doing, YouTube, but not to shy away from the communities because they're just pros and cons. And you just got to be able to apply the right ones to your life. You know what I'm saying? So you can cope through this thing. Because just like life itself is hard and tough and filled with so many different surprises, we got to find our peace somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And I hope that is not YouTube, for many of us. I truly hope that we have that place of serenity. Get yourself back together. I love the fact that I heard Tracy saying she's going to take a break. Is I think those are all positive things because we're just humans. We're just people. And, we just got to have that type of love for each other where we understand, and you get your head back into the game, do what you got to do. And yeah, this flow, just continue to flow and be happy and be passionate about what you're doing, knowing that you're touching lives across the world. You don't know who might see your videos. So, don't get caught up in the community because you're going to get new faces and you're going to start seeing people that come and truly enjoy what you have to bring. So, I just pray everybody stay encouraged, keep pushing, be great. I think we have a group of amazing people, around us. So, and we all doing great things. So it's really no hate. Can't even compete. You know what I'm saying? I know I can't match nobody's anointing. And I'm gonna always say that, because I think we all are blessed with gifts and talents and a purpose on the inside of us that serves great things and people. So I'm just truly happy to have this conversation and I just hope it helped. So God bless everybody for being here and Unique is signing off.
Thank y'all so much. We will see you on the next one. Um, Lori, I'm sorry, I'm just looking before I. Oh, yeah, because YouTube does take from the super chats. Taking breaks are definitely a good thing. People in the community may have a pull outside of YouTube, but we must understand and focus on the higher purpose. Yes, Frank, I'm a bug on self care. I'm big on self care. Yes, thank you all for coming in. You two and others are blessed to help others know more. Thank you. Glory Ghost. Glory be to God. All right. We need to keep giving super chats and super stickers. All right, y'all. Y'all have the best night, and I will see you soon. Stay humble, stay encouraged, stay you. That's it. That's all. As always, remember be true to yourself because if you can't be true to yourself, you can't be true to nobody else. Bye bye.